really not my type. If you ever get stuck in the washing machine, I'm turning that thing on. And with that line, please welcome your next act, Andrew Ferenbach.
Hello. Okay, so first and foremost, my accent hopefully gives me away. I'm from Scotland. And, yep, don't worry, I'm going somewhere with this. And unrelatedly, I'm a scientist, but that's neither here nor there. The point is, I also love free things. I'm always, who doesn't? You know, the best price in the world is $3.99. So I would sign up for every little mailing list in the zoo. I mean, you name it, I'd sign up for it. And of course, they need personal details. And maybe not the smartest, well, or maybe they're the smartest because they insist, give us your mobile number, and they'll send you a text to authenticate. So it's not like, oh, my number's 12345, hee, freebie for me. No. So, as a result, my number may have ended up on like a million, billion, squillion mailing lists. And so periodically, I would get these phone calls, because of course they sold my details to every Yahoo in the zoo. Every ambulance chaser, they got my number. And so I would, exactly, and well, for those of you who aren't British, there's an awful thing called payment protection insurance, which was missold. And then, of course, sales calls sprang up. Have you been missold payment protection insurance? We can get your money back for a small fee. And it was like the worst kind of ambulance chasing ever, because loads of people were secretly sold it. So even if you said no didn't mean no. No just meant I don't know about it. So they wouldn't take no for an answer. And it's like, you know, you're trying to just like get them off your phone. Because yes, I love answering my phone. And I would answer, and I would get sort of, hello there, is that Andrew? I'm like, yes, who wants to know? And they're like, well, we're wondering if you've been missold payment protection insurance. And a simple of, no, doesn't work. So then I started reinventing myself. I was like, well, no, I'm actually a forensic accountant. And I've gone over my details in great detail. And I can safely say, without any doubt, that I've never taken payment protection insurance. Like, are you sure? It's like, yes, I am. And like I said, no, and forensic accountant, they wouldn't take that for an answer. So I thought, okay, let's send them into the Twilight Zone. And I thought, what's the least thing that a sales call is expecting? And what better than a serenade? And so I get the usual, hello, is that Andrew? We feel you may have been missold payment protection insurance. And without pause, I go, the minute you walked in the joint, I could tell you were a man of distinction, a real big spender. They didn't even let me get to the chorus. How rude! But anyway. You would think, since moving to Denmark a couple of years back now, although if you ask my wife, we've been here for 5 years, because it feels like that. Anyways, according to her anyway. So you would think these sales calls would be behind me, but no, since my mother thinks that phone apps and smartphones are some kind of voodoo, I still have to keep my mobile phone from the UK alive and on my hip. In fact, it's over here at all times. And so I still get these phone calls, but now they seem to have switched up their game. Now it's the, have you been injured in a car accident? We're here to help you get the maximum claim. And these are like the lowest of the low, bottom feeders, ambulance chasers that you could hope to meet. And my colleagues who I share an office with, they didn't realize what was going on when I answered the umpteenth call. And I would try telling them, oh, yes, no, I don't know what your records say, but I live a pastoral existence. I only have a bicycle. This is actually a solar-powered phone that I answered. And sorry, I don't know what you're talking about. They would still go, but were you a passenger in a car? It's like, no, piss right off. And so, once again, I thought, right, you know what these guys deserve? A trip into the Twilight Zone. But I didn't warn my colleagues about this in advance. And so, you know, because these sales calls are great, that you get like a ring, and then there's like 3 seconds silence, and then a sudden whoop noise, which is clearly that I'm connecting the dude to you. And so I would have time to like go, okay, focus, and see. Okay, whoop, and then I'm ready. And then it's like, hello there, is that Andrew? I'm like, yes, yes it is. And they didn't think there was something weird about someone being glad to speak to them. And so I'd go, we're phoning about your car. And it was like, oh, thank goodness you called. And I was like, we're worried about you getting additional compensation. Like, well, yes, I'm actually particularly worried. I may have suffered loss of income. And they get excited by this. And I go, yes, well, I was actually driving. I was driving on my way to a competition. They're like, yes, yes. It's like, well, me and my prized show friend, Mr. Miffles, were driving in the van, and a car hit me from the side. And Mr. Miffles, I think he may have strained his foot, so could I share a YouTube video? Because he only got second prize in the show ferret competition. And as a result, I missed out on the prize money. Do you think you could help with that? And they didn't even hang up. They were still there. Okay, right, so yes. So were you injured though? I mean, your ferret, okay, your ferret had a strain, but were you hurt? And so I thought, this has to go deeper. So I was like, right, well, actually, while I was operating the motor vehicle, I was naked. And Mr. Nuffles got such a fright, he actually bit me. But, you know, since I was naked, he bit me somewhere rather embarrassing. It was only at that point that they hung up. I mean, seriously, there is a point at which someone should stop chasing the ambulance. Anyway, thank you guys, you've been wonderful.